Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel. But seriously, guys, I am just a tired writer taking over the keyboard tonight because my brain is completely melting out of my ears, and I just need to dump all this information right now because the bold and the beautiful just went completely insane. So I am sitting here at my desk. It is way too late. My coffee is cold. My eyes are burning so bad, but I have to type this all out before I forget because you are not going to believe what just happened. I am typing furiously. I am not even editing this, so please forgive the typos and the clunky sentences. I just have to get the raw facts out to you all because this is the biggest shocker of the entire year, maybe the decade. And it all starts with Deacon. Good old Deacon Sharp. He has been sweating for days, just absolutely losing his mind with guilt and fear because Sheila was onto him. She was doing her little investigations. She saw that stupid pizza box from Il Giardino at the Cliff House. She saw him pretending to sleep on the sofa when he was actually freezing cold because he had to jump out of a second-story window completely naked. And then she went and interrogated Hope. And we all know Hope is a terrible liar. Hope was sweating and stumbling over her words. So Sheila knew, she knew something was very wrong. And Deacon could feel the walls closing in. He knew Sheila was playing psychological games with him. She wasn't just gonna let it go. She was gonna torture him. And he just could not take it anymore. The pressure was too much. So he made a decision, a crazy, reckless, unbelievable decision. He decided to just rip the Band-Aid off. He decided to confess, but he didn't just tell her in their apartment. No, that would be too easy. Instead, he decided to take her right to the scene of the crime. He decided to take her straight to the Cliff House to face Taylor Hayes. But guys, he did this on the worst possible night. It was a terrifying, stormy night. Just a massive, horrific storm blowing through Los Angeles, the kind of storm that makes you think the world is ending. The wind was howling, the rain was coming down in sheets, just buckets of water smashing against the windows, and the sky was pitch black, except for the massive flashes of lightning. It was like a horror movie. And Deacon was driving his car through this nightmare with Sheila sitting right next to him. And Sheila was confused. She didn't know why they were going to the Cliff House in the middle of a hurricane, basically. But Deacon was gripping the steering wheel so tight, his knuckles were white. He was breathing hard. He was terrified, but he was also brave in a really stupid way. He was bravely taking his dangerous, psychotic wife to confront his secret lover. I mean, what was he thinking? Did he think this was going to end well? Did he think Sheila was just going to sit down and have a cup of tea and talk about her feelings? This is Sheila Carter Sharp we are talking about. So they pull up to the Cliff House and the storm is just raging. The waves are crashing against the rocks down below. It sounds like thunder. The wind is whipping their hair around. They get out of the car and Deacon is soaked instantly. Sheila is soaked. They walk up to the door and Deacon doesn't even hesitate. He just bangs on the door over and over. And inside the house, Taylor is already a nervous wreck because Steffi had just completely blown up at her the other day. Steffi went absolutely ballistic when she found out Taylor sneaked Deacon into the house while Steffi was camping. Steffi ripped Taylor to shreds, warned her that she was endangering the family, warned her that Sheila was going to find out and kill them all. So Taylor is sitting in this dark, stormy house, feeling guilty, feeling terrified, and then she hears the pounding on the door. She walks over. She is shaking. She opens the door, and there they are, Deacon and Sheila, standing in the pouring rain. And Taylor's heart just drops into her stomach. She knows exactly what is happening. Deacon pushes his way inside. He pulls Sheila in with him. The wind is howling through the open door before he slams it shut, and then he just blurts it out. He confesses everything right there in the living room. He tells Sheila that he has been sleeping with Taylor. He tells her about the affair. He tells her that he was the mystery man in the bedroom that day. He tells her that he jumped out the window. He tells her everything. Just a raw, unfiltered confession. And the silence that followed, guys, it was deafening. Even with the storm outside, the silence inside that room was heavier than anything. Sheila just stood there, the water dripping off her face, her eyes wide, and then the realization hit her. The betrayal, the ultimate betrayal. Her husband, the only person she had left in the entire world, the man she loved more than anything. He was cheating on her, and not just with anyone, with Taylor, the woman who Sheila thought was her friend, the woman Sheila thought she was saving when she kicked that door down. And then the jealousy erupted. It wasn't just anger. It was a frantic, maddening, burning jealousy, a crazy, wild, uncontrollable rage. Sheila's face twisted into this mask of pure hatred. She looked at Taylor like she wanted to rip her apart with her bare hands, but she didn't use her hands. Because suddenly, Sheila reaches into her coat and she pulls out a gun, a heavy, dark revolver. Where did she even get it? Why did she have it on her? I don't know. Maybe she was planning something anyway. Maybe she always carries it now. But she pulls this gun out and she points it right at Taylor's head, right at her skull. She is going to shoot her. She is going to blow Taylor's brains out right there in Steffi's living room. And Taylor is staring down the barrel of this gun. And she is flashing back to the alley. She is flashing back to when Sheila shot Finn and when Sheila shot Steffi. Taylor knows Sheila will pull the trigger. Sheila does not bluff. When Sheila pulls a gun, somebody bleeds. And Taylor is backing up. She is backing up toward the sliding glass doors, the ones that lead out to the patio. The patio that hangs right over the edge of the cliff. Deacon is screaming. He is yelling at Sheila, pleading with her. No, Sheila, stop, put the gun down. But Sheila can't hear him. She is completely blinded by her jealousy. She is hyperventilating. Her finger is on the trigger. She is stepping closer to Taylor. She is going to do it. She is really going to do it. And Taylor backs right through the open sliding doors, out into the storm, out onto the wet patio. The rain is just blasting them. The wind is screaming. Sheila follows her out there, still pointing the gun. The lightning flashes and you can see the shiny metal of the revolver. It is so dramatic. It is so clunky and crazy and perfect soap opera drama. Taylor has nowhere left to run. She is backed up against the railing. The cliff is right behind her. The sharp rocks are way down below. The deep, dark sea is churning and violently crashing, and Sheila raises the gun higher. She aims right for Taylor's forehead. She is screaming over the wind, calling Taylor every name in the book, calling her a traitor, a homewrecker, a fake. And right as Sheila tightens her finger on the trigger, right as she is about to end Taylor's life, Taylor screams. She screams at the top of her lungs, over the thunder, over the crashing waves. I'm pregnant. Taylor screams it. I am carrying Deacon's baby. I am pregnant with his child. And guys, I literally dropped my coffee mug when I saw this. My jaw hit the floor. I am typing this and my hands are still shaking. Taylor Hayes is pregnant at her age, a miracle baby with Deacon Sharp's seed. This is the most insane, unfiltered, raw plot twist I have ever witnessed. I mean, how is this even possible? But it doesn't matter how it's possible because it is happening. Taylor has a bun in the oven and it is Deacon's bun. And the words hit Sheila like a physical blow, like a freight train smashing into her chest. The psychological shock was just massive. It was too big. It was too much for her brain to process. Her husband cheated on her, and now his mistress is pregnant. Taylor is going to give Deacon a baby, something Sheila could never do for him. The shock completely drained every single ounce of strength from Sheila's body, You could see it happen in real time. Her eyes went completely blank. Her mouth dropped open. The gun lowered. Her hands started shaking. Her whole body went limp. The massive psychological trauma of hearing that Taylor was pregnant just short-circuited Sheila's entire nervous system, and she started to stagger. She took a step backward, but the patio was so wet, it was slick with the pouring rain, and she was wearing these totally impractical shoes, and she just lost her footing. She slipped. It happened so fast. 1 second, she is standing there with the gun. The next second, her foot slides out from under her. She lurches backward. She tries to grab onto the railing, but she misses. Her hands just grasp at the empty, wet air, and she goes over. Sheila tumbles backward over the edge of the patio, over the railing, and she falls. She just falls into the darkness, down the side of the cliff, tumbling through the storm. And Deacon, oh my God, Deacon, he had run out onto the patio just in time to see it. He sees his wife slip. He sees her fall backward, and he screams. He lets out this desperate, agonizing, horrifying scream. It is the scream of a man who just realized he caused the death of his wife. He screams her name, Sheila, but it is too late. Sheila falls all the way down to the bottom of the cliff, and she hits the rocks, those sharp, jagged, unforgiving rocks that sit right at the edge of the deep sea. We don't even see the impact clearly because it is so dark and stormy, but we know she hit them, and then the giant, violent waves just crash over the rocks, swallowing everything. The deep sea just takes her, and up on the patio, Deacon is on his knees. He is gripping the wet railing. He is sobbing hysterically. The rain is washing his tears away. He is looking down into the black abyss, but there is nothing to see, just the churning water, just the storm. And Taylor is collapsed on the ground, holding her stomach, her pregnant stomach. She is crying too. She is in total shock. She almost just got shot in the head. And then she watched her worst enemy fall to her death right in front of her. At her daughter's house, I just cannot even believe this is real. I am sitting here writing this and my mind is racing a million miles an hour, because what does this mean? Is Sheila actually dead? I mean, it is Sheila. She has survived crazy things before. She survived being mauled by a bear. She cut off her own toe. She has fallen off buildings. But this fall onto sharp rocks, into the deep, violent ocean in the middle of a massive storm, it seems impossible that anyone could survive that. But this is the bold and the beautiful, so who knows? But let's talk about the pregnancy. We have to talk about the pregnancy. Taylor is pregnant. How is Steffi going to react to this? Steffi just blew her top the other day about Taylor bringing Deacon to the house. Steffi was already livid. She was already terrified. Now she is going to come home from her little camping trip with Finn, and she is going to find out that not only did Deacon and Sheila have a massive showdown on her patio, not only did Sheila pull a gun, not only did Sheila fall off the cliff into the ocean, but her mother is pregnant with Deacon's baby. Steffi is going to have a literal aneurysm. She is going to explode. Her brain is going to melt just like mine is right now. And what about Hope? Hope has been sweating bullets trying to cover for her dad. She has been lying to Sheila. She has been stressed out of her mind. Now she is going to find out her dad is going to have a baby with Taylor. Hope and Steffi are going to share a sibling. Let me repeat that. Hope, Logan, and Steffi Forrester are going to share a half sibling because Deacon and Taylor are having a baby. The family tree is just a complete circle at this point. It is a tangled, messy, insane web of drama and Ridge. Oh my God. Ridge is going to lose his mind. He is currently busy walking in on his son RJ, making out with Electra in the design office. He is busy plotting corporate sabotage against Katie and Bill. But when he hears about this, when he hears that his beloved Doc is pregnant with Deacon Sharp's baby, Ridge might actually have a heart attack. Brooke is going to have a field day with this. Brooke is going to be so smug, but also horrified. Because Deacon is the father of her daughter, I am just typing and typing because there are so many layers to this. The fact that Deacon thought it was a good idea to bring Sheila to the Cliff House, why didn't he just tell her at Il Giardino? Why didn't he tell her in a public place with lots of witnesses? Why did he take a crazy woman with a history of shooting people to a secluded house on a cliff during a storm? It is just so reckless. But I guess he felt he owed it to Taylor to do it there. Or maybe he wanted Taylor there to back him up. But it backfired so badly. And the way Sheila reacted, the sheer unadulterated jealousy, it wasn't about the pizza box anymore. It wasn't about the fake sleep or the lies. It was about another woman taking her man. Sheila has always been deeply insecure. She has always felt like an outsider. She finally had someone who loved her. She finally had Deacon, and to find out he was sneaking around with Taylor, the woman who has everything, the respect, the career, the family, it just broke Sheila's brain. And then the gun, the cold, hard reality of that revolver pointing at Taylor. Taylor must have been so terrified. She must have thought about Finn bleeding out in the alley. She must have thought about Steffi in a coma. Taylor knew how close she was to dying, and she used the only weapon she had left, the truth, the shocking, unbelievable truth about her pregnancy. And it worked. It stopped the bullet, but it caused a tragedy. The shock draining Sheila's strength, the staggering, the slipping. It was all so chaotic. The wet patio stones, the wind pushing against them. It was a perfect storm of disaster. And now Deacon has to live with this. He has to live with the fact that his confession, his affair, caused his wife to fall to her death. He is going to be consumed by guilt. He is going to be a complete mess. He loves Taylor, yes, and he is going to have a baby with her. But he also loved Sheila in his own weird, twisted way. He married her. He stood by her when everyone else hated her. And now he watched her die. His screams are going to echo in his own head forever. I don't know how the show moves forward from this. I really don't. I am exhausted. My fingers are cramping. My back hurts from hunching over this keyboard. But I had to get this out. This raw, unfiltered breakdown of the most insane night in soap history. The storm, the confession, the gun, the pregnancy, the fall. It is all just too much. So I am going to wrap this up. I am going to hit publish on this massive wall of text. I don't care if there are run-on sentences. I don't care if it's clunky. You guys need the raw emotion. You need to feel the panic and the shock that I am feeling right now, because nothing will ever be the same on the bold and the beautiful. Sheila is in the ocean. Taylor is pregnant. Deacon is traumatized. Steffi is going to go nuclear. It is going to be a wild ride from here on out. And honestly, I need to go lie down. I need to process this. I need to figure out how Taylor Hayes is pregnant. I just keep coming back to that. It is so wild, but that's soaps for you. Never a dull moment, especially not on a stormy night at the Cliff House. So yeah, that's the report. That's the news. Deacon brought her there. She pulled a gun. Taylor dropped the baby bomb. Sheila slipped and fell onto the sharp rocks, and Deacon screamed. That is the truth. That is what happened. And we are all just going to have to deal with the fallout. Thanks for reading my frantic midnight ramblings. I will try to be more coherent tomorrow, but no promises.